What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Road to 800 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Washington Wizards. And this is probably the most I've ever talked about the Washington Wizards on my channel. But let's get into it because, as we all know, Anthony Davis was traded to the Washington Wizards. And a lot of people are looking into next season. So I'm like, why not do that too? And when you look at this Washington Wizards roster, you look at it like, maybe they got scammed for Anthony Davis, and which I don't really have that opinion, to be honest with you, because it was reports that Anthony Davis was unhappy with being traded to the Washington, and then he comes out today, or not yesterday, when he said that he just wants to see the plans and he wants to see the future because he obviously wants to contend at his age. And they have a sit down, they talk, and now Anthony Davis is out for the season. So maybe Anthony Davis sees the vision with this team. Obviously, them trading for Trae Young was already a piece of the future, which I expected the Wizards to be even better next season, even try to make a play-in push. But now them trading for Anthony Davis probably guarantees them trying to make a play-in push or even a playoff seed. Or Anthony Davis saying that he believes that the Washington Wizards can be a #1 seed. And I'm not going to go too far because obviously I don't want to be, it's only February 7th when I'm recording this video, so I don't want to be the person to say this early or predict this soon, but I can't say that it's a crazy take, or I'm not going to verify it, because as we all know, Anthony Davis is always in and out of the lineup. This, obviously, him being out for the season gives him a chance to get his body right, get him a chance to slim down to be able to play the power forward position, which we all know at this point Anthony Davis wants to play. And when you look at Anthony Davis as a player and him going back to number 23, I think the Wizards need to change their jerseys, first of all. But him going back to 23, a number that he's been wanting to wear since he was first traded from the Pelicans, it just shows, I feel like, a new future. And maybe we get dominant AD next year because he's been traded twice in the last 2 years, and really him finding a home in Washington and them being able to compete for championships, compete in the Eastern Conference, which AD is finally in the Eastern Conference, which I feel like we've wanted to see for years now. And it should just show or highlight how good the Washington Wizards could possibly be next season. But it's not on Anthony Davis. It's not all on Anthony Davis. I do feel like a huge chip falls under Anthony Davis because obviously looking at the roster, Anthony Davis would obviously be the best player, but looking at even Trae Young has been in and out of the lineup too. If Trae Young can stay healthy, we can see him pick and roll with Alex Sarr, him pick and roll with obviously Anthony Davis. And when you look at the others around him, Alex Sarr, I do think, like in my Anthony Davis video I talked about the other day, I do think Anthony Davis playing with Alex Sarr will make Alex Sarr a better player in the long run. Alex Sarr is only 20 years old. I feel like we've seen improvement from Alex Sarr from his rookie year. He's obviously a defensive anchor, which pairing with Anthony Davis can be a front core for obviously a great team. And I do think they could have one of the best front courts in the league. But even talking about Alex Sarr, you can't forget about Keyshawn George. Keyshawn George, I feel like, has been the best player on the Wizards this season consistently. Maybe y'all would probably say Alex Sarr, or maybe y'all would say y'all haven't been paying attention to the Washington Wizards, because honestly, I don't blame y'all. Like, I tuned into the Washington Wizards, or even before this trade, because obviously some people were calling the Washington Wizards the Wiz Kids because of how young they were. And I just see an exciting future for this team. Like the same future that I saw for Detroit, even though they didn't go out there and trade for anybody. They went out there and organically built this roster. Like, I do see that future for the Washington Wizards. And next season, I feel like it could be huge. And I do think the Eastern Conference will be crazy next year. Maybe that'll be a whole individual video I make sometime this month, or probably in the summertime. But when you're looking at, obviously, the Washington Wizards, you look at contending teams and you just wonder how good they can really be. Because as we all know, like, the Eastern Conference is filled with obviously talent, with the Detroit Pistons, the Boston Celtics, the Pacers, who I feel like will be back in the Hornets. Obviously, I do think that they will be better next season. Who else? That's really the Knicks. Obviously, we know the Knicks, but any other team, the rest is up for grabs. I feel like the other three, and I'm not even sure about the Hornets really, but me being a LaMelo fan, I do have faith in them making a playoff push next season. But when you look at the Eastern Conference, I don't see how the Washington Wizards can't be a top 8 seed, even if they stay healthy. Anthony Davis misses some games, even in Trae Young being available. I do think Trae Young can will you into some games because that's what he's been doing in Atlanta his whole entire career with obviously the talent aspect. The Wizards have managed to build a better team around Trae Young than the Hawks did. And honestly, I can't say that the Hawks didn't try because obviously they went out there and traded for DeJounte Murray when Trae Young wanted DeJounte Murray. They traded for what? They traded him for obviously Dyson Daniels and playing with Jalen Johnson blossoming him out and being an all-star, and this just not working. I feel like this is a whole new experience for Trae Young because obviously Anthony Davis will be the best player that Trae Young has ever played with, and it will go by a long shot. No disrespect to Jalen Johnson, but he's not on Anthony Davis's level. I think when we all look at AD now, we all make these jokes about how he's never healthy, he's never available, street clothes, whatever you want to call it. But when AD is out there, you have to watch out for him. He's a force of nature. Like, that's what I feel like Anthony Davis is. And when I do think if Anthony Davis manages, or if he can still slim down to the height, or not the height, what am I talking about? The weight that he used to be when he was in New Orleans, when he was dominating at the power forward position, I do think this will be a whole new Anthony Davis, and we will see a rejuvenized Anthony Davis alongside these young pieces. Even Will Riley, who's had a coming out party the last couple games when obviously the Washington Wizards are trying to tank. We're not stupid, but when you're looking at this team and you're looking at the Washington Wizards, you just say, why can't they be great next season? And obviously looking at the record and looking at how the team plays right now, like, you wouldn't see any bright side to a 14-36 team. Like, you wouldn't see any bright spots. So if Anthony Davis is looking at, or when Anthony Davis got traded, he like, why would they trade for me? Do they plan on making the playoffs? Do they plan on going out there and competing? I'm 33, 34. What are they doing? Would we blame Anthony Davis for that? I don't know if I would, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me having optimism of a young team because I love watching young teams. But let me know how y'all feel about the Washington Wizards down below. I asked y'all on my other Anthony Davis video. I wanted to make a full video covering this topic. Maybe I'll make a few more. I'm making a Jaren video tomorrow, so look out for that. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.